Hey guys, it's Jason from the Dental Equipment Repair channel. Today we're actually doing a little bit of an upgrade here in one of our clients' offices. I just wanted to cover what we're looking at here and also show you the improvement we're going to make and why it's needed. So this is a suction system for a dental office, and the way the system's outlined is, I'll just go ahead and point here. So basically there are two trunk lines that come into the office. So basically the stuff is coming from that direction and it's also going that direction. It comes down to a manifold where there's a backup pump, and then there's also, it's going through here to a amalgam separator, and then it's going down the amalgam separator, filters there, over here to a pump, and then from there it comes all the way up here to a air water separator. And that air water separator is basically the air goes up and out of the building, okay, out that way, and the actual water drains down and into the drain. So the reason for my visit here today is this amalgam separator has been a repeated problem with basically filling up with crap, and it's just filling up with gunk. And I think I've found the problem. So actually the water level is, it's up here. Yeah, the water level is right there at that level. I don't know if you can see how that is, but this has been a problem. Now, if you look at the water level, so remember how I showed, so the water level is right there. Well, if you look, the actual outlet of the air water separator is right there as well. So basically, because if you look at this, this whole section right here is going to hold water. So basically, so from there down, and then all the way up here. Ideally, on this unit, there's this device right here called this is a backflow preventer, and this is actually, it's a anti-siphon valve is what it is. And the anti-siphon valve, its job is to take the city water that's coming in. So basically city water comes in through there, it goes through a solenoid, and then it comes up here through this device, through a flow restrictor, and then into the pump housing. Now, the reason that having the inlet, both the inlet and the exhaust higher than that, is if there's ever a problem, that's going to basically leak water right out of here. And so that's a problem. And then also too, this whole system never really drains the water. So I think what's happening is, as it sits here, all that biological matter has just been propagating and growing into a bunch of just nasty foulness. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do two things. We will go ahead and we're going to take the vacuum pump, and we're going to actually build a shelf for it that's going to go about right to that level. The vacuum pump's going to raise, and our main objective is to take that vacuum breaker and make that higher than the outlet of the pump. Okay, so if there ever is a problem, the client will be protected, so that the basically the water will drain instead of being caught in this, like this U here. Okay, and so so this is definitely something that we're going to fix here on this visit. And then also we're going to go ahead and replace this amalgam separator with a Mars Liberty Boss. And I'm excited about the Mars Liberty Boss because this unit is, right now, the NXT, the Somatics, it's great. This is actually the industry standard of amalgam separation. And what happens is the canister fills up, and basically when the sediment line reaches a full line, you replace it. But that canister retails at around $370, and that's not, it's not very cheap. And here's the thing, it says you need to replace it minimum every 12 months, but these don't really last that long, depending on the stuff that's coming through the system. And that is, that's the issue, is that if you're replacing this canister twice a year at $370, if you do the math, right, that's going to be, what's that going to be, $740? You multiply that by 2, and now you got $1,480. The unit that we're going to replace in here actually retails at $1,380. So it is actually, in a practice like this, this is actually I believe it's a 5-chair practice. This practice would be good for 2 years with the Mars Liberty Boss. Now, this unit right here, if it's filling up every 6 months, which I believe it is going to be less. It's going to be less expensive to just go ahead and. It's going to be less expensive to just go ahead and upgrade it to a system that you don't have to mess with. Now, the other thing about the Liberty Boss that I really like is the fact that you can set it and forget it. See, this unit right here, if you go and you read the manual for this, it's going to tell you need to inspect it every week, which is 52 times a year. But if you look at the card doesn't actually have 52 spaces on it. It's pretty crazy. I'll go ahead and put a picture of it up here on the screen. So they expect you to inspect it 52 times a year, but they only give you like 25 lines, which is crazy. But this is what's in most people's offices. Now, the Mars Liberty Boss, it's based on the actual number of operating chairs in your practice. It doesn't matter if it's hygiene or a doctor's chair. It is based on the chairs. So if you have 1 to 3 chairs, the Mars Liberty Boss will last you for 3 years. If you have 4 chairs to 9 chairs, it will last you for 2 years. And if you have 10 chairs or more, it's replaced every year. But compared to what the options are for other amalgam separation, this is actually going to take you less time to own it. It's going to be easier to own, and it's going to be something that is more, it's just more user-friendly. And it actually is designed to be used the way that doctors actually use it. Because I can guarantee you, 95% of my offices, nobody's going down and doing an inspection every month on their, or every week on their amalgam separator. All right, here we go. This is the finished product, and as you can see, it looks slightly different. The main 2 changes we made are we now have a Mars Liberty Boss, and we have elevated the vacuum. Now again, we elevated the vacuum breaker to be above the height of where the water is going out. So basically, this height is now higher than that height. So if you kind of step back here, you can kind of see that's an improvement. So now what we have is basically the vacuum is coming into the amalgam separator, the Mars Liberty Boss, and you can kind of see here, 1 to 3 chairs is up to 3 years, 4 to 9 chairs is up to 2 years, and 10 plus chairs is up to 1 year. So basically there's, you got to use line cleaner every day, and this is really, it's a good amalgam separator. It has basically everything comes into the top, and then it goes down, and it actually, the sludge accumulates on that side, and then the water comes over, and then it comes up and out, and then from there it goes into the vacuum pump, which then goes ahead and puts it out here to the air water separator there. Now this is a good setup. Basically what we did for extra security was we mounted this down, so it's nice and, this is like nice and stable, like I'm pushing on it and it is not going anywhere. So this is I would say a satisfactory situation now. And if anybody's curious about the Mars Liberty Boss, we definitely can sell that, ship that to you if you want it. It's actually relatively easy to install. When I install them, I use these Fernco fittings. So basically when I undo that screw right there, this comes off, and then you just screw on the fitting to the new one. And then on the bottom, we did go ahead and put a clamp here so that we can just use a heat gun. Plus when we put it in, we put some extra line so that we can go ahead and replace that easily. So this unit is now due 8/25, and that's 2 years from now. And the doctor can basically just forget about it, except for putting line clean in the system. So this is a lot better than what it was, and this is what I would recommend as far as how a vacuum system should look, especially with regard to the height of the vacuum, with regard to and compared to the exhaust. That's important. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.